All right, guys, welcome into today's video. Of course, we're here to talk about MMAT and MMTLP. But before we get into that, I want to share something that I've seen posted that's very interesting, and it's going to keep you on your toes for this week here because I think this Wednesday is going to be a huge point for the market, and we're going to see how that takes place. So here we go. At the Cobus letter here posted that events this week: durable goods and key housing data, consumer confidence reading, Q1 GDP reading, Powell and four Fed officials are speaking, PCE inflation and key manufacturing data. This week we find out if we are officially in a recession. Big week ahead. So I think this is stuff to keep in mind as the market's going to be wild this week. Just strap in, know what you hold, keep these things in mind. If you see the market go crazy or the market goes down, it goes bull or bear, just keep in mind this is what's going on. So let's take a look at metamaterials today. We pretty much laid flat overall. We're down 1.71%. We ended at $1.15. That's coming off of the offering. We do have a little bit of good news out of that offering because we know where part of the $50 million is going to be spent, and I'm a little excited about that, and we're going to get into that here very shortly. So going down here now, take a look at the volume today. Average volume 5.3 million. We trade at 23.9 million. We'll just say that's 24 million volume. So yeah, a lot of volume today. That could be just more of the sell-off. Shorts keeping us down, whatever. Maybe a little bit of buying in there, but not much. But here you can see, looking at the S&P futures, currently up 11 points. Dow futures up 75 points. NASDAQ futures up 47 points. And the Russell futures up 6 points. So we're barely green right now looking at those futures. Speaking of green, MMTLP was green today. That's right, up 1.27%. Average volume traded 373,000 shares, and we traded 233,000 shares. So pretty low volume with MMTLP, but I don't expect us to have volume. A lot of people don't know what this probably is. So real quick, wanted to go over here on Twitter. Our buddy Benham, man, big props to him. Go check him out on Twitter. He has a lot of great information, and I wanted to really touch base on what he found here in this filing. So the filing came out today, and he has highlighted here what is in the filing, and that's right. This is going to explain where part of that 50 million is going. So here it shows we expect to receive net proceeds from this offering of approximately 46.5 million. After deducting placement, agent fees, and other expenses payable to us, we currently intend to use approximately 5 million of the proceeds from this offering for development costs associated with our oil and gas activities, including for certain development activities related to the Oro Grande project in Hudspeth County, Texas, and the remainder of the proceeds for working capital and general corporate purposes, including ongoing operations and capital equipment. So there it is, guys. That is awesome. That is amazing to see. Here you can see common stock to be outstanding after its offering. So there it is. We have the update, what it's going to be. So metamaterials, I'll show you here in a second. But the new outstanding share count is going to be 360 million shares. So keep that in mind. That's what we're going to jump up to. But I wanted to touch base back here on this. So people's comments on this was really good. I wanted to really focus on, C-Plant here. He said, looks like another well coming in. And that probably is a good guess of where that 5 million is going, is another test well or another production well, whatever we need it for. Maybe they want more production, more, testing. And that 5 million is going to help go a long way. So I'm super excited that Meta is still putting in money to make sure that this gets the maximum value. And we said this so many times, the maximum value for the Series A preferred shareholders. And guys, you got to admit, they're making sure they're doing that. George we trust. He's making sure that the MMTLP, the Series A preferred shareholders, are getting maximum value. He could say, no, we're not spending anything on it. But no, they're taking 5 million of that and putting it to the oil and gas development. All right. So what I want to show you here, back here on the owners. So currently, Fintel is showing 297 million shares outstanding. that number is going to change, and that is going to be right here, as you can see, 360.7 million shares. So there you go. That's the update you're going to see on that. Just want to give you the heads up. So when you see this jump up to 360.7 million shares, don't freak out. We know it's coming. That's what's on the filing. All right, so going here to the short interest. Now, I must say, with the price action being as low as it is, we got destroyed on Friday. We know that. There's some very interesting numbers here in the Fintel, and I'm excited to show them to you. Now, the days to cover has came down a lot. Only 3.12 days. So only 3 days to cover now. So I don't like that being down as low because I guess a lot of shorts must be easier to get the shares now or something because the days to cover came down. So I don't think shorts covered. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But that jump from like, it used to be 17 days and it was down, I think, to 15 days and down to 10 days, now down to 3 days. But the other numbers are really exciting. Short squeeze score, not so much, 70.29. Gamma squeeze score is 86.21. Here's where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting. Short shares that available is 0 at this leading prime brokerage, guys. So even with how we got destroyed on Friday, there's still 0 shares available left. So that this brokerage that the Fintel keeps track of, they have no more shares. So what happens when there's no shares, but you got these short sellers out there, one too short to stop? Well, that's right. The short borrower fee goes up. And this is exciting. I love seeing this. So you know we've been hanging around this 70 percentile for this last week. And today we jumped up to a 93.85. We are almost up to a 100% cost to borrow. That is phenomenal. 93.85%. You want to borrow, lend, or short this stock? Let's go. So you're almost going to be in the hole as soon as you lend this stock. And we know that that's just crazy. I can't imagine someone's going to be willing to pay basically 94% to borrow this stock. That's insane. The FINRA short volume ratio is setting at a 50.49, and that is for today. And we do not have the update for the aggregate right now. So that's what we got on that. I would be interested because I know our buddy Doug, and I know he maybe, if he is watching this, our buddy Doug on Twitter that always posts to Charles Schwab. I'm curious what they're offering now to lend out metamaterials, because if it's from this brokerage, Charles Schwab kind of splits it with you. So that's what he's saying. Charles Schwab says if it's a 44% short borrower fee, they're going to give you 22% to lend out your MMAT shares. So if you're basing that upon this at a 94%, woo, is that 47% interest? Wow. Yeah, that'd be pretty intense. A 47% interest. If it was at this brokerage, can you imagine lending out your shares getting paid 47%? Wow. That'd be interesting. But anyway, George has been inactive, but he has put a like on one post. So I do just want to touch base on it to keep you up to date. John Berta hasn't had anything today, but George has one out here that he did put a like on about an hour ago, and it's from Benham. So here's kind of the start of it. Smokey did this post about the strategic move for the funding and how we still have no debt. People here saying that we're paid shills and all that, blah, blah, blah. And this is talking about the reconstitution here where MetaMaterials got kicked out. And Benham says if headquarters and place of incorporation are in 2 different countries, the Russell uses headquarters to determine the country of origin, in this case, Canada. And George did put a like on that. So like I'm saying, guys, George is kind of keeping his distance right now. He's not really saying too much. And after that incident we just have with Gardner Wade, he did not know about the dilution coming, and he had that post out there. He kind of put the shoe in the foot, put the foot in the mouth kind of deal, and shoot yourself in the foot. He's not going to be posting anymore either, and I'm not sure if we're going to hear much from John Berta. I don't even know if John Berta knew about the dilution. Like I said, MetaMaterials right now sitting at $1.15. It's getting pretty tempting. I'm not going to lie. It's getting pretty tempting to add shares. I've been adding MMTLP. There's just been so many stocks with great deals, but $1.15 for MetaMaterials, man, could be a great sympathy play here in the short term when MMTLP gets finalized and done. And if we do get a sale, whether we get stock in the company, or whatever happens, we get a cash dividend, whatever that's going to be, people could sell out of a stock and get cash and rebuy metamaterials. This baby's going to run with it. You best believe it. 8% can go a long way. So that is all I got for you in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. It helps out the algorithm. You guys have been killing it on the views and the likes and the comments. It's really getting this information out to people. So keep it going, and I will catch y'all next video, guys. Peace.